Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and with me I have the one, the only, the artisan version of Dilo the Collector. What's going on, my friend? How are you doing today? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, broski. Yeah, this was an interesting morning we all had. I woke up, had my cup of coffee, minding my own business, and then bam, I was assaulted.
It's
by brand new figures from Hot Toys. Bam!
Good news though, but I woke up a little late this morning, and I think I saw it might have been 72 messages from the Wolfpack. I was like, oh shit, something must have dropped. And then I look, and it's one after another, after another, after another. I couldn't even get all of the figures on the thumbnail for this video, and it was just so many cool figures that I got a little bit of time from work that I was like, I'm gonna go live and just talk with you guys about it, see what you guys are thinking, see what I'm thinking, and we're going to talk more about this on Wednesday, but definitely have some thoughts. The one that pops in my head is the Joker.
Right.
And
yeah.
Do you remember in our saying, there's a paywall, we had to make it at $1,000 because of Warner Brothers, and then now all of a sudden
bloody Warner Brothers.
Hot Toys just comes out and says, well, here's a Joker. We don't know what the price is, but I can't imagine it's going to be close to $1,000. So it's just interesting stuff that we're going to talk about. So before we get into it, just want to say hi to a couple people here. We got Batman Collectibles surprise stream. Great announcements this morning. Yeah, too excited. Just had to talk about it. Primetime reviews, what is going on? It's always nice to get here on a different time once in a while too, because then we can catch some people that can't always stop into Wolfpack Wednesday. And Hammer of God is here. What's up, Wolfpack? At work, so got to run. What's up, brothers? What's up, Tighter? Thanks for stopping in. We got Dan the Bat Fan. Good evening, gentlemen. So evening for him, afternoon for us. So Dan, where are you from, man? Wonder if you guys are going to do an off-schedule live based on these announcements. Yeah, well, here it is. This is it. Yep, we're doing it. We got Brick Artemis in the house. He says, too sweet. What's going on, my brother? He is going to be doing the Bugle 6 tonight, so I'm sure he's going to be talking a little bit more in depth on his show tonight. So make sure you check that out at 8:15 East Central time zone, 9:15 Eastern time zone. And we have Anorak 418. Hey, what's going on? Germany. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for being here with us. Appreciate it. Yeah, so many amazing figures coming. That Vader and Widow. So, Dilo, without further ado, let's just bring up the one photo that has everything, and we got a Joker. Okay, so you might have to walk me through this a little bit. I've been working all day. I've glanced at the photos, but I have not spent in-depth time looking at them. Are we getting an artisan Joker and sculpted?
Yeah, that's correct. So for the figures that are going to be artisan so far in this list here, we have Joker as being one, Spider-Man being two, and we'll talk more about it later, Black Widow. She's specifically different than the other two, and I'll let you get into that more in a second. But yeah, artisan is going to be made for 3 out of these announcements here.
All right.
Well, 4 if you count Grievous.
So then, yeah, we got the Black Widow. We got the Iron Spider, which you said, too, is going to be an artisan, which is interesting because they're going to try their hand at the shorter hairstyle, which Anakin is somewhat of a shorter hairstyle, too. We haven't seen what that is officially going to look like, but the fact that they're doing Tom Holland makes me believe, maybe they've got it figured out, or maybe they're feeling confident in what they're doing with this wool rooted hair. So we'll see that one. Iron Man 3, we got General Grievous, and then this sick Darth Vader. We were just talking, I think when you were here, Steve specifically was saying he's got I think 4 Vaders, and he's going to have a 5th one with Return of the Jedi. And we're almost like, how many Vaders do you need? And then on top of that, they're giving us this badass one too. it almost in a degree puts the Kenobi Vader to shame when it comes to battle damage. It's like above and beyond. So, Hot Toys is just known for doing that, where it's like you get here, you think you're all the way up, and they're like, oh, we're gonna raise the bar here, and it's so shortly after they were.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where now it's just like it seems like we're in this era of Hot Toys where like there's no breathing room, there's no time to enjoy what you just got. I mean, the Vader, gosh, I think people just started really getting those all in hand within the last 60 days, maybe not much more than that, I'd imagine. And now we already have, I don't want to say a better Vader. I think that's too early to tell, if I'm being honest there. But I mean, it does kind of take the wind out of your sails a little bit when you just got one, and now here's another offering. And arguably, some people are already saying this one beats that one there. And I'm not in that group. Like I said, too soon for me to tell. I'm gonna let this all kind of digest, because this is probably the best, in my opinion, announcement we've ever, in all the time I've been collecting, just banger after banger, where I've honestly said to myself, geez, I can honestly see myself picking up all of these if I'm not careful. So, yeah, it's interesting. This list is interesting here, but I don't want to chime up too much about this. I'm sure you probably want to go over some of the other figures as well too.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here, so it's really just you and I kind of just bullshitting with each other. But Dan says people already selling their Kenobi Vader. We saw somebody in the group selling I think it was deluxe for 300 this morning, I think. And they're like, you already know why I'm selling. Yeah. Yep, that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, just it's crazy. But yeah, I think you said not a lot of breathing room between stuff, and I think that's how I felt. Like it's weird how you can have two feelings about something in the same moment, where I feel this is so cool. Look at this Artisan Widow. Look at this updated Iron Spider. Wow, they're actually giving us the Joker, Darth Vader, this battle damage. Holy cow, people are finally getting their Grievous. But then at the same time, you feel like deflated and burned out, and it's coming at you too fast. We haven't even really been able to breathe, or even us talk about the Joker we got last week. What else did we get last week? Oh, well, we kind of did. We did talk about that last week, but but still, it hasn't had enough time to even settle in, and now they're already hitting me on the head with something else. Plus, you know me, getting hit over the head with the 2.0s. Well, we're getting another Black Widow, we're getting another Iron Spider, another Vader so soon. It's just a little deflating at the same time as being super excited. So I think you can feel both feelings at the same time as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's totally warranted there. I mean, really, it depends, I guess, where you are in your collection. I mean, for yourself, you already have that Iron Spider-Man in your collection. I saw it just last week. I was like, wow, you know what? That figure's holding up real well. Well, Sideshow said, and Hot Toys, I should say, more should have said, hold my beer, 2.0 on the way next week from that. So, I mean, at this point here, it's safe to assume, and again, it's not always good to assume, but in this case here, it's safe to assume, quite frankly, that, Hot Toys is going to go back to the well on a lot of your popular figures. This, the 2.0 is not, a fad. It's going to be here to stay. Really, this is the message that we're really starting to see from a lot of these announcements here, because realistically, I mean, outside of the Joker, outside of Grievous, and to an extent, maybe I can even say Vader, these are figures we already have in some of our collections, right? So this is something that's going to be a norm. This is a message to say, do not get comfortable. It is very much happening. Everything is on the table. At some point, this will be upgraded to a 2.0. And that's just kind of going to be the kind of go things if you're going to continue to collect here. So it's interesting times. This one definitely put a lot of people on notice today.
Yeah, really well put. I mean, you're getting a lot of great stuff, but the fact is it's a lot of stuff we've seen before, but it's obviously going to be better. So, and they're very welcomed improvements as well, I might add. The silhouette here of Wolverine, any speculation of what you think that might be?
I know what I would want it to be. For me, I want Old Man Logan. I want it from the last movie. I think that's the one that I would personally want. There was some great third-party offerings back in the day, but nothing official for Hot Toys to do it. And yeah, quite frankly, it just felt like a missed opportunity because they've made every other Wolverine besides him. So, if I was a betting man, I say Old Man Logan. But who knows what Hot Toys is thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's tough from a silhouette because you can't really tell, but he almost looks skinnier. So it almost makes me feel like it's going to be a younger Logan, like from maybe Origins or like Wolverine Origins or just X-Men again. I don't know. I'm with you. I hope it's Logan because I had the 11 Logan of that, and it was because we always talk about like Iron Man or some of these other characters. We want the beginning and the end. Like,
Right.
it's an iconic movie. It's an iconic stage of Logan himself. The story's great. I would love to see that too. But I guess time will tell with that. Let me just check in with the chat really quick. Yeah, and the Wolverine silhouette must be different one from the one we know. Yeah, I mean it could be from Deadpool and Wolverine, but I think that's just going to be its separate entity. I think this is going to be something more of like throwback because that's kind of what we're looking at. We got Grievous, Iron Man 3, Black Widow from Iron Man 2, Iron Spider from the Avengers Endgame. So we're kind of going backwards a little bit. Joker from the first movie. So it would make me believe that it's going to be something from the past, but only time will tell. I think they're just going to market Deadpool and Wolverine by itself because I think there's enough star power for that. Adam Doom 89. The fact that it has Hayden's likeness and actual battle damage is the reason it's better, to be honest. Yeah, and that's a really cool touch too. And yeah, the battle damage is cranked up compared to what we've seen in previous versions. Yeah.
It definitely is impressive for sure.
We got Justin in the house. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, he says insane day of announcements. Super hyped for the Black Widow. We got Frank Flores in the house as well. Thank you for joining us on short notice. We got Ryan Axel, operative term being upgraded. These are all substantially improved. Yeah, and these are well deserved as well here. So collection obsession, too sweet. What's going on? How you figure wants X2, X-Men United Logan. Sideshow Grievous looks better. Just saying. We can never tell if he's joking or not, but I haven't looked at the photos too closely. But did Sideshow just offer a free Grievous for like giveaway today or something?
I saw something pass in the groups there. I didn't pay too much attention. As soon as I said Sideshow Grievous, I was like, I'm good, thanks.
Right. Yeah. We got Austin Collects in the house. What's going on, my friend? Leak List said Old Man Logan, if that is to be believed. Okay, that's good news. We got Valkyrie in the house as well. Hello. Yes, they definitely want your money. They don't want you to stop collecting. It's almost like YouTube never wants you to stop watching.
Right.
So create content. Hot Toys never wants you to stop buying. Keep buying.
No,
we'll
agree.
give you enough to keep buying. So
I mean, it's insane because we're getting this announcement now. We knew this was kind of coming, right? We've been hearing about a showcase for a while now, but I mean, we just got the announcement, as you said, about the Joker last week about an artisan, right? We just got an artisan announcement literally 6 days ago. Now we're talking about three more to the list here in a matter of 6 days. And on top of that, Deadpool is going to be released this week. And there's going to be announcements coming from that as well, too. So this is a full-on assault on our wallet. So I'm excited and terrified at the same time.
Right. Every year, it seems like we keep talking, like, especially like around Christmas, around this time when they have these oddball announcements, like, you know, prepare yourself, it's going to be worse. And then the next year's like even more, and it just keeps piling up. But we must find a way to persevere. 1/6 Star Wars Pimpazoid. How was Hot Toys able to release a single Joker when InArt said they couldn't and had to charge a minimum of $1,000? So that's what we're going to talk about too, because that's exactly what popped into my mind, how difficult it was to do Joker. So either Warner Brothers changed their mind, or InArt was lying, or is there a third option there, Dilo? Is there something else that could have happened?
No, that's pretty much it.
Pretty much those two.
Yeah, I doubt that Warner Bros. Said, hey, you guys over there, you have to do this, and you guys over here have to do this here. They're kind of very flexible when it comes to their licensing. So it was at the time of when we got the explanation, it was very hard to think that Warner Brothers would really nickel and dime us as collectors for something like that. It just didn't seem like in character for what we're used to with them. However, you know, to give them the benefit of the doubt too, there was a weird, wacky time where Peacemaker had to have his pistol in his holster. So it could have been a momentary change in policy and then change back. But in fairness, to kind of bring back to this whole in-art, what they've been said here, if that's the case, if I'm in arts and I'm facing the barrel of a full-on assault from Hot Toys saying I'm most likely going to have competition that's going to be less expensive than me, I would definitely go back to Warner Brothers and say, hey, listen, seeing as how you're able to let them do this, let us do this as well too, because this is going to upset our customer base over here. So that would be what I would do, because they've been very good about listening to community feedback. Hermione just got an upgrade 2 days ago. So in fairness to them, I mean, it's in their court here now, because the way I look at it now as a collector, if I don't see InArt making a change to what they do, because essentially it's a paywall to get the primary suit for Joker, right? If they continue and say we're going to stick to what we said it's going to be, and we're not going to give everybody an option to do it as a third one, where it's just singular by itself, then clearly it's their own personal policy on it there, and not so much what Warner Brothers tell them to do. So it's an interesting, honestly, it's an interesting situation to follow. Obviously, we'll probably get more details on it as it gets. They still haven't had a chance to respond to it. Actually, there's correction. Their response was a Michael Jackson announcement. So for those who are excited about that, congrats to you there. But yeah, this here is a nightmare for InArt, unfortunately. Just if
they're the loser in this.
There is a clear loser in this here, because even I will say this here, the InArt one I still think is a better version of this Joker. But collectors are going to be collectors. If you're going to give them an opportunity to buy something that you don't have to pay $1,000 to get, they're going to go with that option for sure. So it's going to be a nightmare for those guys. I wish them well. I hope that they can work something out to where they can keep the community happy, because I promise you, this is going to be pitchforks out if InArt doesn't respond in a way that helps satisfy customers who feel like they're being bamboozled into having to get two when they really just want the one.
Well said. And Ryan says that Warner Brothers is so horribly mismanaged, it would not surprise me if they reconsidered their licensing agreement after InArt revealed theirs. Yeah, I mean, and that's why we could probably believe anything and everything at this point with Warner Brothers, because they've been mismanaged for such a long time that nothing would surprise me. But Hammer God says, or maybe Hot Toys just has more pull. That's a possibility too, I suppose. We got one Adam 12 in the house. Sup, guys? Just saw you were live. Crazy announcements. I'm going for Grievous and possibly Joker. All right. Really quick. Any of these that you're strictly not even interested in, not gonna go for? Are you excited for all of them? What's your most anticipated one here, and what's your least?
Well, my most anticipated one is going to be Grievous. Grievous has been something that I have been desperately looking to add to my collection. I, like so many, have tried the Sideshow one, and literally it went back the same day I got it. It was that bad.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was terrible. So, yeah, this has been a wish of mine for a very long time. I knew it was just a question of when it was going to happen. So I'm finally glad we're going to finally get this. It's so funny. We were talking about, new bodies and stuff like that here. Just be on the lookout. This one's going to drop. I said last week on Wolfpack Wednesday that we would 100% get a Clone Wars version of Grievous. So bet your bottom dollar over here you're going to get that as well too in the future. But yeah, that's my most anticipated one. It's an original character. That's the key thing for me. That's got me most. I'm excited about all of them in different ways. But Grievous is special because we don't have a proper Grievous yet. So
true.
Grievous for me, hands down.
Very true. I think for me, it's going to be Black Widow. Even though I have the Endgame one, and that's my iconic Widow, this one would be cool. But we're going to have to look at the pictures too, because some of the head sculpts, some angles, the head sculpt looks great, and others it looks a little weird. But really excited. It sucks because I'm excited for that Darth Vader. But at the same time, I already have... How many Vaders do I have? Three Vaders? Two? I don't remember. I got a couple, and one on the way. Yeah, and one on the way. So it will be three. So I'm just wondering, like, I mean, shit, do I need to have a whole case of just Vaders? Which would be cool. You go from, like, totally clean to the head sculpt to battle damage to extremely battle damage. Just right down the list there. But I think the one that I have zero or the least amount of interest in is probably the Iron Man and the Joker. I just don't need too many Iron Man figures, and the Joker, good movie, not one I love to watch more than once, not one that I've just really gotten into. but it is Joker, so I could see the appeal there as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Honestly, Joker actually falls in my list as the least excited for it, just because personally, not a fan of that Joker. Great movie, only saw it once. Didn't feel the need to go back and watch the second time. Not sure how I feel about the second one that's coming out. So, for me, it's kind of like the line cuts off at Ledger for Jokers, in my opinion here. Ledger, I think, is like where I'll always have a soft spot. We just talked about the Artisan Imposter one last week. I'm genuinely considering that one there. I just think it's so unique. But I would honestly pick that over this one here. But that's just me. I know some people love Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
True. Yeah.
Great movie, but I just felt like it wasn't a true Joker story. I thought it was a great movie, but I didn't feel like it was a Joker story. So for me, it was an easy pass, but I kind of agree with your answer as well too. I was going to say second for me was going to be Black Widow. This one is a very polished artisan figure, like as far as like likeness to Scarlett Johansson, hands down the best we've ever seen. Like there's no debate about that there. And the fact that it comes in rooted as well too, which was kind of something I've always wanted to do once we started hearing more about artisan releases. I'm so glad they chose Iron Man 2. I think that was like, for me, like that's when I
peak.
That's when I knew Scarlett Johansson was going to be my one true love. But no, I love it. I think it's fantastic. What's unique about her, and kind of go back to what we started in the beginning here, there's something very special about her. So, Graham, I'm not sure if you saw it yet, but there's only one SKU for Artisan. She is not sculpted.
What's the number? What's the limited number?
No official numbers yet. Okay. But she's going to be just like Anakin was. She is not going to have a sculpted version of her, which will make her the hardest one to get out of these three.
She will fit my giant poster in my room. No, not a joke. Yeah, I was just going to say, Brick looks at her every night before he goes to bed.
Mm-hmm.
We got Dickard Grayson. Does anyone know when pre-order for Darth Vader starts? Do we know, like, what's, like, they still, again, we have figures from last week that haven't even been up for pre-order yet, so I'd assume those would come first. Do we have any inkling of when this stuff is happening? Do you think we'll have an RSVP? Sometimes I would think they would give you some heads up, because it doesn't go over well too many times when they just do pre-order right out of the blue.
Right. It is interesting over here because, again, kind of going back to last week, we still don't have those up yet on Sideshow to pre-order yet. So it's very interesting there. If I had to take a guess, and this is just a guess here, I'd assume some of these, not all these, will start going up within the next week or so. I really think it's going to be an interesting one.
Getting them out. They're getting backlogged already, so it's nuts. We got Gabriel in the house waiting for the Grievous pre-order to open up at Sideshow. We got Andrew James in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Day one, baby. I believe he's talking about that Joker. I know he's a fan of that. So we got Mitchell here. I'm getting the battle damaged Vader. It looks fire. Exactly. Ignited Soul. When is Deadpool out for pre-order? Yeah, we no idea on that one either. I think they're going to wait till the movie clears. Or not clears, but comes out. Just because they still haven't even like fully announced that whole figure. Like there's still the deluxe that we're waiting for. So I'm just wondering if it's all gonna they'll announce the deluxe and then eventually they'll both come out for pre-order is what I'm thinking. But it could definitely be different. We got 40 in the house. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in or on your way out. We got Flavio's House of Collectibles. Impromptu Live. I'm here. So much heat. Remember when I said I was going to live in a box? This is it right here. Yeah, I think a lot of souls are going to be hurt. Are these all limited? Again, I haven't checked the numbers out. Is any of this just not going to be a limited number? Like Grievous, is he just going to be readily available? And then the sculpted version of Joker?
Yeah, honestly, information is trickling like left and right over here. Like some people are actually saying right now in the comments that for Black Widow, there is an exclusive accessory that comes with the gauntlet for Iron Man. Yeah, okay. And so they're throwing around numbers here saying, there's 4,000 for the regular 2,000 with the gauntlet there. So there will be correction. There will be some kind of skews to this here, but it would just be, the limited and the extra limited apparently over here. So too early to say for everything right now, because I mean, information is just constantly just being bombarded right now, so it's kind of hard to digest all this so fast.
Looks like Sculpted Joker doesn't have a number tagged to it, but the Artisan is 4,000 pieces in selected markets, and that seems like a pretty good number. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be able to get their hands on that one.
It'll be interesting just how many people flock to that there, because we just don't know how many are going to be limited regarding the in-art offerings as well too. So I mean, if there's like particular folks who are really just want the primary suit for Joker, they're going to jump all over this one first, because quite honestly, this will probably release before the in-art one. You know, not to throw any jabs at in-art there, but it'll probably come out before. And on top of that, it'll probably come out as less, I imagine, than what a 2-pack would cost, right? So this is, again, it's just interesting. I'm still kind of taking the fact that I'm looking at a Hot Toys version of the Joker when I was told it couldn't be done. So,
right. And Sculpted looks really good. Kind of reminds me of like a Loki hairstyle where it's the combed back and kind of longer. They can easily do that very well too. Like, Sculpted is no slouch. I know some people are a believer, just buy Rooted, and that's perfectly fine, but I do think this looks very good as well. This is cool.
That is really nice. That is really something special from Hot Toys doing something like this. I was expecting a hexagon base.
You can use this base. This is like the, from what I can see, is it like the Darth Maul style base, that triangular large base?
Mm-hmm.
Looks so like that. Maybe not. I don't know, because it looks like it's got an angle here, and then I can't tell. Might be something totally different shaped. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a different picture. But
the nameplate's kind of to the side. You notice that a little bit more. It looks like it might be a new base.
Right, because it looks. Can't exactly see, but it looks squared off. But then,
right.
Either way, those are when the times that you can use that larger base, when you actually have like a diorama piece on it. But yeah, that's really cool. Faithful recreation of studio diorama details with LED light up sign and hanging lights. That's cool. Light up your display. Here's everything you get. Interchangeable. Oh, so you're also going to be getting the forearm plugins for the arms as well. Nice cigarette. Good touch there. Separate rolling eyeballs. Looks good. Looks good. And then you got the Artisan version. Again, 4,000 pieces. So you going for this, or are you passing? I know you're not as interested, but
I really have no interest in it there. I'd rather this go to somebody who really genuinely wants this one, because for me, it just be something I'd just be doing because of the hype. And there's so many other things that are coming out that I need to focus in on. Like, I can't distract myself with stuff that I'm not genuinely excited for.
Yeah, we definitely got to be careful this day and age with everything coming out. We talk about being selective, but now more than ever, we got to stay diligent. We got to stand fast, get what you love. At this point, everything's getting hyped, so you can't get it all.
Yeah, it's just so weird, because it feels like, so many things have been announced within the last, since May. Remember, nobody's talking about like the Dark Side event anymore. Like, it feels like a lifetime ago when that was announced. Like Artisan Luke, or Darth Revan. It just feels like it was like a lifetime ago now. So it's just like there's no time to really process every announcement. And this is just going to be one of me. This one's probably the hardest one we've had yet. I thought I was catching up. Clearly, Hot Toys has different plans for my wallet than I do, because now you got these offerings over here. And honestly, first reaction was, man, all 6 of these are bangers. They're all fantastic. Like, there's not a bad one in this bunch where you can obviously eventually just say, hey, no, thanks, I'm good with this one here. I can pass on this one, easy pass. There's no easy passes here. So it's an interesting day, because, like I said, since I've been doing this, I personally have not seen a lineup that strong out the gate. This one came hard and fast. Pause. No Diddy. Flavio
says John from InArt is Public Enemy. #1 right now. Tom says, "Who said it couldn't be done?" I mean, kind of in art said,
Yeah.
it had to be at the
Had-
$1,000 price mark. So that was the offering that we could get. Whether that's changed since then, we don't know. Is Joker base magnetic like Black Widow?
Interesting.
No, I don't know.
That is
We'll have to look into that. We might have more answers by Wednesday on that stuff. So
right.
let's just take a look at Grievous here, though. Something that catches my eye right away is the die cast, which is a very welcomed addition to a Grievous. Are all of the lightsabers going to be LED light up effect? You kind of think they would have to be, but they haven't done that in the past either.
They are.
Is this...
Yep. All four are.
Okay, let's just take a look at the pictures and then, maybe I'll figure this out. 3 modes of mechanical arm display. This guy's going to be very, very awesome. I mean, you look at the detail and just the weathering going on. It looks really, really nice. You can have a wired cape. Oh, man. This guy's going to take up some space, too, if you have
he's a big boy.
Like this, yeah.
He is a big boy, for sure.
I think would be well worth it.
Look at that, though. How gorgeous is that? If I did that with my Sideshow one, like I wouldn't have any legs.
Right.
That's crazy.
You have to have the Sideshow one pretty much up and down on a crotch grabber, right? Like to be able to stand.
Just to stand. Good luck trying to do this with a Sideshow one.
Look at this. You got details on the inside as well. Got lightsaber pouches. Just the pitting and the weathering going on in the legs and the arms. But then here too in like his armor plates, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, kind of like oil stains, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fantastic. This is my number one I'm excited about here.
I can just hear his voice talking as we're looking at this too.
General Kenobi. I can't do it right now.
Yeah,
I can do the cough. That's easy.
That's easy.
That's easy.
Oh, now would be the time when it'd be nice if they gave us some different technology for the lightsabers themselves. This would be the figure to unveil that for. I appreciate the attempt with the backpack, I guess, the auxiliary unit to power, but the technology is kind of still the same as it's been, where they don't light up very well. So
bizarre. Like you can't put that little junction box on Grievous. Where do you put him? He has no hips or torso.
That's a great point. Yeah, that is a great point.
But it is confirmed that it will be USB powered. So we know all 4 will be. So that is very cool. I'm glad they went the extra mile and made sure that it wasn't just 2 of the primary ones and then the other ones are just, whatever. I'm glad they went the extra mile on that there. But dude, this is going to have so much presence. I'm so flipping excited about having just flocking him around Anakin and Obi-Wan, which we should probably talk about as well too. There was a little teaser in these photos here for a good old Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
See. Ooh, separate rolling eyeballs. Good touch. So I like it that they're doing this a little bit more too, showing you which parts are actually die cast. No guessing. That is really cool. Openable chest armor displaying inner mechanical details. Look at all that intricate detail stuff that's going on there too in this.
Does that light up too? Is that a light up feature in the body, or is that just to be highlighted for these pictures here?
Doesn't say. Maybe the paint applications kind of make it look like it's glowing a little bit. Just says LED lightsaber powered by USB. Oh, look at this.
We got here.
They're all wired. I'm assuming they're all going to go to like one box.
Gosh, I hope we find a better way than that.
This is cool too. Oh, man, this is a really good figure. I kind of wish I liked the prequels better to go all in here. Ignited Soul thinks it'll be like 460 to 480. We got Andrew Craigs checking in from work. Thanks for watching. Don't get in trouble. Got Seyful here as well. Let's take a look and see if we can. Did we miss these photos with the tease, or was that in Vader? Was that in here?
No, that was 100% in here.
Where did I miss that?
There it is. Bam.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the big hoopla in the community, which is exciting news. That's exciting news because this is a big will they, won't they? Right? Because we've seen this stuff before where they will show the back of a very sought after figure and just don't do anything with it. I'm looking at Bespin Han Solo thinking about that right there. So this one here, what's got everybody up in uproar here is that the original Obi-Wan has one solid neck piece connected to the head. This one has a detached one here, really closer to how the Clone Wars Obi-Wan looks. So it'll be interesting if they just played around with it for the sake of these photos, or are we going to actually see a 2.0 Obi-Wan Kenobi for Revenge of the Sith? So that will excite some, upset many, but I will be honest, as an owner of one, I would actually like the opportunity to upgrade mine here because it definitely has aged quite a lot.
And not to play spoiler here, but they also did tease the Emperor when they announced Return of the Jedi Vader, and that nothing came of that. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Either way, there will be people on both sides that'll be happy and not happy. But I agree. Like when we looked at him in Steve's case, it was like, okay, you know, after seeing the newer stuff, this does look a little outdated, and yeah, probably could use a newer one sooner rather than later. But interesting. Let's keep moving. Oh boy, the showstopper here. Okay, don't let me down here. We don't have a number on this, right? No, 2,000 units, special edition without bonus accessory. Okay, 4,000. Okay. So 4,000 select markets will include Iron Man Gauntlet and interchangeable hands as bonus accessories. Non-special edition without bonus accessory will be available in select markets. 2,000. So is that 6,000 total?
6,000 total.
I'm reading. Okay. That seems like a lot for an artisan.
I mean, it is and it isn't. I mean, you break down, it's really 4 and 2 because I mean they're now. Am I going to be heartbroken if I don't get the exclusive, super exclusive with the arm that I'll never use? Probably won't. But God, she's beautiful though, man. Like honestly, this is like really the most impressive like artisan hands down for me. Like I think it tops all the other ones we've seen so far. And I'm not saying it from like an importance like fact. I'm talking about just like from an execution standpoint. Like this looks like her from part 2 of Iron Man, like through and through. The body proportions look really good. She doesn't have that very skinny, traditional Black Widow body. She's beefed up a little bit more. She looks more like realistic. Let's put it at that. There, the hair work, the facial, the paint applications on this here, it looks damn good. And I'm not focused on Marvel, but this is like one of those figures that like I have a great Black Widow that I'm totally happy with from Endgame, but I've got to admit she's right up there as my number 2 most anticipated out of this list here. She's that darn good.
Yeah. Really quick, Christian Cooper's in the house. What's going on, my friend? We got the Ben Thomas show is here as well. Says this is the best likeness of her I've ever seen. And then TX Boy says no Grail is safe in today's market. You're speaking to the choir there. And Doc Bat is here as well. We got Q Svan, Ethan, CSA Clips. What is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us for an afternoon show. We got 45 in the house to talk about this artisan Black Widow from Iron Man 2. The suit, if we go back, this suit almost looks like a different material too. At first, I thought it was just like a nylon with like a texture over it. Like it looks flexible and like it's got some give, but then the arms look a little thicker, so it's weird. But it looks like it's going to be easy to pose. Most of the Black Widows are okay to pose, no problems there. But something that I really like too is what InArt did was the magnetic base. But what I'm hoping here is that the whole top is magnetic and not just sliding magnets. Right. But yeah, you're right. Proportions look good. Head sculpt looks great.
It's got to be a 10, right? I mean, that's my first reaction. Like that's a 10 right there. But 9.5.
She's got one of those like different faces, like very unique to herself, you know, like the face shape, and I think they've nailed that with her, and the hair looks good. I still worry about rooted hair. I'm old school where I worry about what's it going to look like in 5 years. You know, what's it, as long as we're not touching it, do we have to do much? I don't want to style it. That's just something I don't want to do. Like, I know InArt tried their best with putting it in the jar, but people were still getting it and it was a mess. And
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just not something I'm looking forward to. However, I can admit this looks really, really good and really authentic. But yeah, I mean,
I just feel like with this particular one here, Graham, I just feel like you cannot capture the likeness to this particular one without going rooted. Like, I feel like
I agree.
As good as sculpted has gotten over the years, and I'm with you here. I'm pro sculpted over rooted in most cases, but I think in certain instances where it's necessary to go rooted, it absolutely takes the figure from an 8 to a 10 or even higher sometimes.
You look at the white suit sculpted, you can't move the head at all. There's so many other restrictions, and yeah, when you have that much hair and it's not rooted, it does look a little bit more plasticky. I think with a Loki, with a Tom Holland, with even Thor to an extent, you can get away with sculpted a lot easier than a female version where it's a lot tougher. Like Mantis, shorter shoulder length hair, looks great. But like this, curly, so much detail, it just works to have this as your artisan figure. And a lot of people were saying, you know, this or Thor would be the next artisan. And here you go. It is going to be Black Widow. And I think they made a really good choice. And like you said, great film to pick her from. This is kind of like peak Black Widow as well. She looks great. Are all of these figures that they have announced, are these all like drop ships, or are these going to be a year and a half, 2 years out? Do we know how that's going to work? Are these going to be like boom boom, we're getting hit over the head, or are we going to be able to pre-order and then have time before they're released?
Well, I think with Artisan you're safe. Artisan takes a little bit longer time. We still don't have our first one, and we have one on the books to officially be announced, released at some point soon, but nothing concrete yet, right? So I think the craftsmanship that goes into Artisan takes longer. But dropping, like some of these drop ships, I don't know in this particular batch there's one specific that I can name that would be like that there, because Grievous is a new body. The Joker is brand new. What do you have here? Darth Vader, that is like R&D up the wazoo there. The amount of interest that goes into making that one. So I don't see anything there. And also the Iron Man and the Spider-Man, they're new upgrades as well too. So there's new things about these are pure upgrade to true 2.0. So I don't see an easy cash grab in the group here that says, oh yeah, for sure, I would 100% confidence they can absolutely drop this one in a couple weeks. Like I don't see anything like that here. So plus, that's another point that you bring up, because you bring up, the logistics of this here. We still don't have the Joker, right? We've got Deadpool that's not available for pre-order yet. So I feel like it's almost like we're getting ahead of ourselves on announcements, and they're not ready to sell them to us yet at the same time.
Exactly.
And I think that's a good thing as well too, because I think
we're gonna need time.
They're going really hard to the point where like you're making collectors really second guess every other announcement. Like for someone who was on the fence about maybe getting the Artisan Joker from last week. Well, if it wasn't your cup of tea and you like this other Joker, well, here's another Artisan Joker today. So it's almost like it's kind of like it's tough because they're doing a lot of limited stuff. So you got to get on board or else you're going to miss out on the boat, right? But at the same time, I don't think anybody's 100% sure on every figure that's announced that they're going to get it or not. So I think that it's great that we're getting the announcements here, but I wouldn't mind if they spread out the pre-orders for these things here. It just feels like there's way too much, and there's only so much money to go around. It really is.
You've already got us hooked, so now just give us some time.
Right. Artisan figures are easily $500 a piece at this point here, right? So that adds up fast. I don't even know how many Artisan we're up to at this point, but quite honestly, I don't even want to count there, because you're probably looking at over a couple grand if you're getting all of these Artisans over here. So I think I think this needs to be watched and see what's going to happen with this over here, because if it's like announced now and potentially a full quick drop, I'm out. And it's not because I don't want to be out. It's just not because I want to be out. It's just that there's no way you can ask me to put up this much money for all of this stuff at one time, especially with the other stuff that I'm still waiting to collect. I'm still waiting for pre-orders that haven't already been, announced and dropped in Hong Kong that still are not here stateside.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for invoices on. So it's just like,
not fair, man. We're
getting into this weird area, man. We're like, hey, listen, we know you don't want us to go to the other guys. We know you guys got competition, and you just want to make sure that we got our eye on the prize, and Hot Toys is king, and we want to remind you of that. But at the same time, yeah, they need to slow down just a little bit, because there's so much back order that we still haven't gotten yet. So it's insane.
It's crazy. Really quick too. I mean, we're getting a little short on our time, but I want to get to that Vader yet. So let's just breeze through this Spider-Man. No disrespect, Brick. We do got Evil Sneaker in the house too. Says, what a day. Gotta work. Hope you all enjoy your stay. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you, my friend. Base looks great. Body's going to be, again, this is an upgraded body. You get almost like the battle damage head sculpt with this. And then this is going to be artisan, but there is a sculpted version as well on this. The suit does look different than what I have with my 1.0 Iron Spider. The upper body looks, I'm trying to see one of these poses where he's bending his arm. So here's the one I have. Here's the new one. You can definitely tell the pants are going to be different. This looks like it's going to be more of like that thinner material. But then the upper bodies and then the arms, it still looks thick. Like it's going to show creasing, if you're going to be posing them. But the proportions look better. They really did a good job at getting kind of the spider claws looking awesome as well. Kind of just makes this look more like a toy, which is very unfortunate for me and anybody else that owns it. But I gotta say, I do like the improvements here, and I think the material is going to be different, but then in some areas it's going to be the same. You get all your typical Spider-Man stuff: separate rolling eyeballs, the wool hair implants. You get the Thor's hammer with this cool diorama base, but like you can see the bunching here. This looks like the typical the thicker folds like that come with that thicker suit that I have. But down here, it looks a lot better. You do this with, I don't even think you can do this with the 1.0. And if you do, goodbye to the suit. So this is they nailed it with the light blue Tom Holland suit. So why not keep using that head sculpt? Again, like you said before, they're going to make their money out of these things. So give us a little battle damage, a little wear and tear on Tom Holland's face, make it artisan, and boom, you just got yourself a brand new figure as well. So there's a great figure here as well. I don't know what else. What do you want to say about it? Are you getting this? Are you thinking about it passing?
I'm thinking about it. I sold my 1.0 years ago. So glad I did, because it was a tough figure to pose, and there was a lot of QC issues with the original one there. So I gladly got rid of that one from my collection. I said to myself, I wanted a second swing, no pun intended, at a Spider-Man, Iron Spider-Man, that is. And here it is. The only thing I should have been more clear about is I wish it was different materials. And you're right, Graham. I kind of see some of the differences as well too, but I still have some of the same concerns. I don't want to go down the same rabbit hole twice if it's going to be a lot of the same material that it was with the last one. I think this is definitely a better offering for sure. I mean, considering what the accessories are and what the size difference and proportions are, and it has that beautiful brand new sculpt that we just got from the last suit there. This one kind of goes into that same category where, like, hey, everybody was in love with the red and blue suit, and now today, here you are, you don't have a chance to breathe. Here goes another Iron Man with that same beautiful sculpt, but now on the Infinity, the Endgame one, which you can argue this is probably a better suit than the red and blue suit is to some people. You can argue it there, but yeah, I don't know.
Iconic, at least at this moment.
Yeah, this was the end of the Infinity Wars trilogies and all that stuff like that. So I mean, it has a bigger place historically than the other suit does. So it'll be interesting to decide what collectors do. But I will say this one thing real quick, and we can just kind of get on to the next one real fast here. Sure. I'm 100%. If I'm going to get this, it's going to be sculpted. I'm not going to get.
It looks great. That was what I was going to say. Is like, how can you go wrong with either one of these Tom Hollands? Like
zero hate to it there, but just for me, it just seems like an unnecessary thing where there's always a potential since it has 2 head sculpts, then I'm going to have him look like a traditional Spider-Man without that great looking artisan. And it'd be a waste of money for me to go in all in that hard on a Spider-Man like that. When, you know, the bait for me as a Batman collector is, do I use the Bruce Wayne head sculpt that comes with my Batman, or do I use him as Batman? And that's always a tough one. So I don't want to confuse myself and just spend extra money on an artisan where it's a part-time head sculpt that I'm going to use every once in a while. So if I do change my mind, it is 100% going to be sculpted.
Do you think, being with the shorter hair, like where they're doing the artisan, do you think there's more a liability of it to kind of bounce out of shape? Like
1,000%, and that's something that I've always been critical of when it comes to rooted hair. Like I've always said that some figures warrant having longer hair rooted. Shorter hair figures, I don't think it's a necessary thing here. I think at that point with Tom Holland, this is now officially the shortest hairstyle that they've done an artisan figure on, and in my opinion, it's just too much of a good thing, to put it nicely over there. That is going to be harder to maintain than longer rooted hair.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's more salon style. You're going to have to take some courses. You maybe have to ask your barber at Supercuts, what would you recommend? It's going to be a lot more work than what it's worth to me. So I'm not going to fall into that trap of that there. This head sculpt with this sculptor here is fantastic. I don't see any reason for me to go any more than this here. If I'm going to pick this up, I'm going to stay away, because that just is work, and I don't need that kind of extra work in my life. So that's going to be a pass for me on the artisan one.
All right. Well said. Really good topics here. Lots of good stuff for Hot Toys to talk about. So then we got 2 SKUs for Darth Vader. I'm just looking, is this one without the extra head sculpt, is this going to be limited? I don't see anything.
Let me give it a quick look here.
Chat,
you have the deluxe.
Let us know. We got Zord Photography. What's going on, Patrick? Happy Monday to you. We got Striker 47 in the house as well. Yeah, he had to look twice. Could not believe the onslaught that they gave us. Yeah, Tighter, I'll take some courses. Just bring your little 1/6 figure with you as well, and as you're learning, you're doing it too. But
it just feels like Hot Toys declared war on collecting today. That's what it feels like, you know.
That's why we love you and we hate you.
All right, I'm not seeing anything specific to numbers on either of the deluxe and the standard. So yeah, well, to be determined.
Let's start with this one without the deluxe. This is freaking sick with the leg showing. Who doesn't want that leg and the arm? The mechanics kind of showing. You got like spatter going on in the helmet, but like even the chest piece is going to be battle damaged. You got skin showing. Like, come on, man. I think I have to get this one too. And I was telling you earlier, like, how many Vaders do I need? But damn, this is awesome. I love the base. Man, you getting this?
It sucks because I want it. It sucks because I want it, because I'm in that crop of people who have the Kenobi Vader, and I love it. It's the best Vader we've gotten so far. And then as soon as you get comfortable, there it goes. Hot Toys, hold my beer. I got another one for you over here. It's tough because I'm trying to rationalize. I'm still not sure what direction to go, because I don't know. I have to put a limit on Vaders. As much as I like Vader, how many do I genuinely need here? I think real quick scan the room. I'm down to 2. I've been pretty good. I got Empire and I got Kenobi. I still want the Return of the Jedi one. Like, that one has not been forgotten. Like, I still need that one in my collection. Right? So to have this one here, I mean, it eliminates the Obi-Wan Kenobi one, in my opinion, unless you're going to just use it as just a clean Vader and keep it. If you go out in the aftermarket now and sell it, good luck. That's going to be a big loss to you there. But if you got to do, you got to do. Hey, more power to you. But it's freaking hard to pass up. I've said no this morning. Then I said maybe. Then I said yes.
The wires?
Now I'm back to no. It's like I need to process. This one's tough here because this reminds me of a Mythos Statues Vader. Like that instantly, that's the first thing I thought of. I thought of this for sure. So, damn. I mean, it's not canon accurate. Let's be clear.
Right.
So it's
I was
not
gonna
getting
say,
so.
what's this branded as? It's just battle damage. There's no.
Yeah, it's not tied to one specific brand here. Let me see here.
This has got to be elastic
it?
too, right? This has got to be the first Vader that's going to be elastic. They did it with the Luke. You would think with all the battle damage, you can't do pleather. It's going to peel too easily, you know, on the frayed ends and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be elastic.
I'm looking through this deluxe here. There's some limited stuff here, like there's a damage mask here.
Nylon.
This is
sorry.
no, it's okay. Keep going. I'm
No,
just
you
kind
go.
of I'm powering through some of this details of what's here. No, I'm just kind of looking at the deluxe one here. It says here it's got an exclusive damage mask. That cape is absurd.
And then on the
Are
next
you-
one, or this one,
No.
we got the
The,
sculpted cape coming up too on the next one, right?
the sculpted cape is
Let's look
absurd.
at that one. There's a picture here though that I really like. This is sick too. You just like it's the full helmet, but at the same time with the light coming off, but then you see just the little bits of battle damage. It just
It's just so dope, dude. It's so hard because it's
I
like
gotta get it.
because Return of the Jedi is in the back of my mind. Like that's coming up soon. I need that one for sure, just to complete that portion there. But damn, this is like
Vader's
you-
always been
what-
so like unique because you always want to know more, and like here you're kind of getting that. You're getting to see the skin, you're getting to see the wires from the arm to the robotic limbs, like you're getting the head sculpt. It's just they're giving you that glimpse of what you always kind of thirsted for. So I think it's gonna reach a lot of people.
No, this is popular. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of envious of anybody who hasn't ordered the Kenobi Vader, because if I didn't have that one already, I would have a totally different tune about this one here. Because this is one of those where like I don't want to lose out on it, but I'm having a hard time justifying getting it at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I mean,
I
I
don't like the sculpted cape.
you don't like it?
No, I do.
Oh, I was gonna say
do.
I
don't
love
like
that.
Like I like that better than a wired cape.
Dude, this, I mean, it's freaking sick. I mean, the body parts, the damage on it, there's interchangeable pieces to this as well too. I mean, it's a full on like modular. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. It is such a good looking Vader, and honestly, God, I think I'm talking myself into it like live right now.
You
I
have
just
to.
like
There's no way you can say no to this if you're a Vader fan.
yeah, because I am. I mean, that's
Even
It's-
getting the standard one, like I don't know, I kind of like the Obi-Wan head sculpt better than this one, where it's sliced through the dome too. It just looks
Right.
a little cooler, but this is still cool. But then you get the cape with this, so
all right. So hear me out. What do you think if I do this here? What if I make Kenobi Vader my clean Kenobi, that make it clean, right? Make it the clean version, right? And that'll be my representation for, like, let's say Rogue One / New Hope. That's my Vader for that, right?
sure, that
And
works.
then I can go in and kind of make this one here kind of my, let's call it Rebel / Kenobi Vader with the battle damage there, right? So that way I have a place for this one, because I don't want to lose it. I love the Kenobi Vader. Like, it's a really nice piece here, and it feels like either I sell it or I find another way to display it. That's kind of where I'm at with that there. So, well, what do you think about that? Using it just as a clean Vader, right? That'll be my New Hope Rogue One, and then
Yeah.
buying this one here, and that's like my battle damage one.
Yeah, I say if you don't have a clean Vader like from the earlier movies, Rogue One, A New Hope, definitely do that. I somewhat did that. I already had the Tarkin Vader, but I used the head sculpt and then the base for that. So I kind of did the same thing, but not to the extent that you would. And then I have my Obi Vader as well. But gosh, I still think this even just stands alone too. Like, you could do whatever you want, and I would say, yeah, you gotta get it.
yeah, whatever you say, just get it. Yeah, sure.
It,
What a
I
guy.
don't know, it looks like a great piece that statuesque a little bit, you know, with the base and the
Right.
cape and the battle damage. We got the movie canon in here. It says, "Do it, Dilo. Embrace the end of the world."
God, it's rough.
The red IGP. Yeah, I don't know what to do either. I have the Kenobi one. That's still a great figure. Don't
It's
let.
fantastic. I
know,
don't want to get rid of it.
that
That's the
one.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, the guy who posted his already said, like, you already know why. Like, I feel bad for that guy, because I'm like, no, dude, get both.
You
But
don't
at
even.
the same time, like, I get why he has to do it.
But he doesn't even know if he's gonna get it yet. That's the weird thing. I guess if you're just.
Oh, he's
dead
definitely
set,
getting
You'll
it.
pay whatever you got to pay, but like we don't know what the numbers are or anything like that yet. So I just think it's a little premature to sell right now. Consider what you want to do, sure, but I don't know. To each their own, but man.
Maybe he knows if he has to go chase in the aftermarket or pick it up from one of those resellers over there and he has to pay a little premium. He's got the funds from that, I guess. You know, I don't know. But I mean, I get it. Because like I saw that guy supposed to, and I was just like, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Do what you got to do.
X-Man says, do you guys see how the molded cape makes the shape of his helmet? Explain that to me.
Ooh, interesting. No. Ooh, no, go back. You found it. Look at, kinda. I can kind of see it. I can see it a little bit there.
What am I looking at?
Well, I mean, look at the left side there, obviously, where the cape is at its longest.
Huh?
Doesn't that kind of look like his mouth right there? Like that big gap in between there?
Eye here.
That kind of looks like the eye right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good catch, man.
Interesting. Yeah, a couple people said that, and I wasn't really sure what the hell that meant. But
yeah, I just caught that now. Shout out to you, dude. Appreciate you.
I just don't even know how you could pass up on either one of these Vaders, to be honest, just for this stuff here, too. Like, look at the chest piece. It just kind of puts, I mean, it kind of does put the Obi-Wan to shame because it was pretty much clean except for the chest box and then the helmet, where here it's just half of his body is just ripped up. Look at the cape even, too. It's just tattered and singed and dirty.
Yeah. And this is the deluxe, just so for perspective, right. This is all deluxe pieces that you're seeing on him right now. So this is not on the standard one. Like you're going to get a full-fledged helmet.
I just love this look too, even the full helmet.
That's like more the standard look there. So I mean, really great too. Honestly, I in a way I kind of like that it's a little bit more subdued battle damage because the mask at least is intact.
I agree.
It really looks like he's just been through a hell of a fight right now.
But I like it that it's the full helmet, but still battle damaged.
Yeah, agreed.
Like you
agreed.
Still have
yeah,
scrapes and cuts and discoloring. I like that a lot. This is cool, but I might hear me out. I might keep my Obi-Wan battle damaged and then get this one and go with battle damage, but in a different way. You see, you have the full helmet, but then you have all of the suit ripped up. So who knows?
Who do you display him with?
I don't know. Maybe he goes in a mono. You know, I don't. That's you display him with other Vaders. I don't know, but I think a lot of Star Wars, like it's not like Iron Man where you put all your Iron Man together and you have the homage of Iron Man. It's Vader with New Hope figures, Vader with Empire, Strikes Back, Kenobi. So I do get what you're asking. It's like, yeah, what do you put him with? But at the same time, it's Vader, so I think he works with almost anything. But what do you think?
I was a betting man, and I am. What about a 2.0 Ben Kenobi?
Like,
you know what's happening.
Hope?
You know what's happening. Yeah.
Don't do that to me. That's like one of
I'm not doing anything. I am. It would be wrong for me if I didn't put that out there as a potential possibility. Not saying I know anything.
Mythos Obi-Wan, like we've gotten statues from.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
They did that too.
Yeah. Okay. I like what you did there. So
if this is popular, maybe they start doing this a little bit more. They did it with Luke.
I like where your head's at.
They're doing this. What if then we get a Sneaker? If you're listening, I'm sorry. I hope you have another pair of pants. But Mythos Obi-Wan. But it's possible.
I like that. No, listen, I like that. I chucked it up and you slammed it down. We make a good team here. Nice little alley. I like yours way better. Yeah. Why not? Why not make a Mythos Obi-Wan Kenobi? I mean, that would kind of suck for everybody who wants their other Kenobi show one, because that's technically kind of the same thing. But in fairness, okay, we're workshopping this over here.
Yep.
At the end of that show, he was wearing his more traditional Mythos garb at the end of that. So maybe, I don't know. This is the fun part. We get to speculate here. So we'll see.
I mean, this isn't canon, so, they can do whatever they want. It's just
right.
Possibility.
And again, this is clearly inspiration from the Mythos Sideshow statue, right? So, yes. And there is a Mythos Sideshow Kenobi out there. So, in fact, it's it's been shown quite a lot these last few weeks with Sideshow. So, if they decided to go that route, Mythos 1/6 figures, that could be a hell of a line to go down. Because they have like Mythos Small already out there. I've seen Yoda. I mean, there's some really interesting potential figures that can come out if they decide to just blatantly rip off Sideshow's ideas and just make the 1/6. That'd be kind of sick.
I'm trying to find some images here, like just for example of what I'm maybe thinking of here. You know, something tattered,
right?
Tattered robes and just kind of weathered, and like a figure like that. I don't know. He's got all this cool stuff from Roman Tatooine Desert. Who knows? But it's an option. And then to finish this off, you have the special edition exclusive. So basically an exclusive of possibly an exclusive. We're getting a quarter like of the mask. I don't know if I need that. Really just that one picture. It's okay. But I think I'd rather have the full head sculpt or the slashed version, or the full helmeted version, either too. But it's cool to have. It's nice if you can get your hands on something like this, just to give you, as many looks as possible. But again, too, you can even see just the weathering and the discoloration on the stuff here too. So I know some of this is probably going to come out softer than what we're seeing here now, but man, I hope it doesn't lose much quality, because this looks cool. Like, again, yeah. I glanced at these photos prior, but now looking at them, I'm definitely in on Vader, and I'm very much in on Black Widow as well.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Grievous is my number one priority. Got to have a Grievous in my collection here. Been waiting for years. Widow is definitely up there. I'm definitely going to put my my hat in there and see what happens as far as that. So whenever that decides to, go live and stuff like that, I'll be one of those people waiting for that as well too. We didn't really talk too much. I don't think we even talked about Iron Man, but
no,
I will say, I'm not the craziest Iron Man fan out there. I've got certain suits that I like. This happens to be one of them, and I'm interested in that one as well too.
Let's see if I can just get to them really quick. I know you got to get back to work, and I got to go pick up my girls, but he must have been the first one. Yep.
Yeah, he was.
Him. So we got 2 SKUs on this one as well?
Yes, correct.
Walk me through this one. What's different between the two?
So the exclusive deluxe one comes with like an unmasked helmet. Because remember, this particular suit was he didn't have to be in the suit for this particular one. So they have that bottom left hand corner there. It's got a sweet unmasked helmet there. It looks badass. I mean, I'm a sucker for battle damage, and this is a damn good suit right here, man. The head sculpt. We were just talking about shit in my pants, Mark 6 Tony Stark there, I think 2 weeks ago at this point. And vast improvement. I mean, he's technically younger in this movie than he was. No, I'm sorry, I like the other way around. So he was younger in Avengers. This was supposed to take place right after the first Avengers movie. Somehow this one looks younger than that one. So make it make sense, Hot Toys. But I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, this is probably my favorite head sculpt that we got in for Tony Stark so far. The battle damage on the suit looks effing incredible. And on top of that, like that very first one, when it comes back up on the screen, that looks straight out of the poster. I remember when it was announced, like that one right there. That reminds me of the poster, the very first one that was announced when it came. So I mean, look at that. I mean, you can see the actual human arm.
Yeah.
Tearing away from that suit. That's next level stuff there.
In here too, and this is the same base as Vader, correct?
Yeah, they all seem to have similar bases for the most part here, and apparently this base is going to be adjustable too. I think someone told me.
Okay, I do like the car battery with the cables here.
It's cool, man. It is cool.
I cannot lie. Yeah, with the different looks, like giving collectors more options on how to display these figures is a really nice feature as well. Whether they're limited or not, this is really cool. It's just it's nice to have the options.
For sure. That
is cool. lots of, look at that. You got the sleeve here. You got like still like the orange from like it's still kind of burning away. That's nice.
That's insane, dude.
Not my favorite suit, but this looks good. Like a little too gold for me, but it's a nice change of pace at the same time. Like I like this too.
Yeah, I think rocking it in the battle damage, full battle damage, like just makes this like one of the most unique Iron Man you can put in your collection.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff here. Separate rolling eyeballs. And then with the deluxe exclusive, you get the interchangeable right arm with hands, heavy damaged armor, and then the LED lighted figure base. Now with the standard, you just get your normal typical Marvel base too, which is still okay. Not something you're used to seeing with an Iron Man figure in general, but nonetheless, both versions look really cool. So much cool stuff coming our way from Hot Toys. Hopefully you guys are prepared for the onslaught that's coming. We still haven't even seen which Logan we're going to be getting here. So, you know, hopefully by Wednesday, when we do Wolfpack Wednesday, we'll be able to talk about that figure as well. And I'm sure we're going to talk about these more in depth with our boys. We'll get more info and we'll kind of see where we're at. But it was just too good not to pass up here today. So, D'Lo, thank you for taking the time to be on with me. I hope
absolutely, buddy.
You have a good rest of the evening. I look forward to seeing you in a couple days. And same to you, chat. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to go prepare myself. I'm going to go look at these pictures again because I'm that excited. For sure, Vader and Black Widow for me. D'Lo's getting them all. So
talk myself into it. I got to stop. I have a problem.
But all right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on Wednesday, so don't forget to come and watch us then. We're going to talk about this stuff a little bit more in depth. This was kind of just the teaser, getting our first impressions, and we're going to talk to Brick and Sneaker about what they think as well. So, yeah, take care, and we'll see you then. We're going to try to find the outro. I'm just going to do the Wolfpack.